Okay, so hey everyone, I'm going to try not to read all of this, but I probably will read most of it just because I don't want to forget anything. But there are 4 core not values, but steps to consistent PRV. And we're going to focus on sales for January. So I pulled up a bunch of stuff through Scentsy that's all available to everybody on your workstation. So make sure you're utilizing your workstation because that's the best area for you to get the newest and most recent information, and the easiest really because you can print it out, you can share it with team members, you can send it to customers, or if you're trying to recruit. So make sure you utilize your workstation. So then this mentioned doing a spreadsheet. I'm not a spreadsheet person. I don't like Excel. I can't stand Excel. So that's not really good for me personally. And you have to find what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then you're not going to do it. If it's hard, then you're not going to do it. And just because it works for someone else doesn't mean that it will work for you or that it has to work for you. So just find your road, your lane, and stay in your lane and do what you're seeing results from. Comparing yourself to other people is not going to help you grow your business or serve your customers well, because they want you, they're buying from you because they like you and they trust you and they have confidence in you. So trying to do what someone else is doing, faking it until you make it type of thing doesn't always work. A lot of times people realize you're doing that. So you need to be honest with yourself and what works for you. And just because someone else says no, 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 it just means it doesn't work for them. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means it doesn't work for them. So finding your lane is a little hard. It takes trial and error. It takes time. You're not gonna hit a home run the first time out. So try different things, keep what works, get rid of what doesn't work. And then when you get rid of what doesn't work, don't go back to it. I find myself doing that a lot. It didn't work for me, but so-and-so is doing that and having a lot of success with it. So I keep trying to make it work, to make it fit. And it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Not that you have to not be open-minded, but if it's not working, just let it go. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's just not for you. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for your customers. And ultimately, we're here to serve our customers. So I printed that note out anyway, even though the Excel sheets don't work for me. I don't like them. I don't. I've never have. I don't like Excel, and I think it's confusing. But you might be somebody who likes numbers and likes Excel, and you work with that well. So do that if it works. So I'll just touch on that briefly, and I'll link down in the comments where I found this. So if it is something you want more information about, you can find that. So what they did was took the 4 principles and they put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and then under each column, they put 10 things that they could do that kind of went under that heading. So they were doing 40 things a month towards getting all 4 of those principles into their business every month. I don't think that would work for me, but it might work for you. So I will link it in case it does. I think that was all it really said that it did. It doesn't sound complicated or hard to do that if that's what you want to do. It just wouldn't work for me because I don't like Excel. As soon as I open the program, my mind just sort of shuts down. And that's really the only reason that it wouldn't work for me. And I don't like numbers. I hate math. I hate paperwork. I really, really hate paperwork. So the less papers that I have, the better off I am. So there is also, we'll move on to a few ideas that can get you started as far as building trust and confidence with your customers. So some ideas were to either, however it would work for you best, monthly, quarterly, even annually, however it fits for you, was doing, instead of your customers, they should know you, they're your customer. But what about knowing them? So this one consultant, and it's not for Scentsy, it was actually a consultant that I was reading her blog who does another direct sale. She does every quarter a get to know your customer appreciation. She calls it a holiday. And she sends out surveys on SurveyMonkey, which is free, I checked, and on Facebook. And she asks them to tell her about them, collect data, she said, such as birthdays, anniversaries, where they went to school, their kids' names, hobbies, favorite seasons. It really doesn't have to be anything to do with Scentsy. Some of us, if you have recruits under you, we do that where we send it out to our recruits so we can get to know them and how to serve them. Sort of the same concept. And that way you can personalize thank yous or appreciations, or your prizes if you're going to do games or giveaways. And you can offer them even a small thank you for doing the survey, like buy a bunch of scent circles. And if they fill out the survey for you, send them a scent circle. It doesn't have to be anything big or expensive. And then she uses that information then when she does her customer appreciation days to send something to them. She'll do a drawing, or if she'll put anybody who's ordered for that month into a jar and pick somebody or however many, and she'll send them something, but it'll be something personalized to them based on information you've gathered about them. Plus it's helpful because if you're asking like, what's your favorite season, or what's your favorite way to relax? So we came out with the spa theme, the vitamin themed waxes. So maybe you send samples to those people, or, that way you're not sending samples to 100 people who they all are getting the same thing. Maybe you're wasting your sample time, your money, when you could maybe be sending something that's directly of interest to them. You always want to try and get them. I always send one sample of something that they haven't tried, but I always want to make sure I send something that I know they like. I have a lot of customers who like washer whiffs, and I can just put one load worth in a little poly bag. So I always throw that in with most of my mailings just because I know they like that. And as far as the new scents go, you don't always have to send wax. The scents come in a variety of different products, so they can still sample out the scent, but not have the same product. So that's also a good way to kind of fan out to different areas of what Scentsy offers. The other thing is you could hold an open house, which I know this blog post was definitely dated before COVID. So that's a little more, I guess, harder to schedule right now. But you could do an open house if you don't want, if you're concerned about COVID, or if that's a concern in your area, you could always, go door to door in, a 2-block area of where you live and do a porch drop off with a little, bag of samples, or, a catalog or a product sheet, something like that, just to, let them know that you're in the area if you're trying to look for new customers, or somebody, to introduce yourself if you just moved to that area. Follow up. That's the next really big thing. We need to learn to be consistent. And I feel totally hypocritical even talking about this because I have not been consistent for a very long time. I have been consistently inconsistent, but being consistent and following up with your customers is vital. I was just talking with Shannon, and she was having trouble following up with her customers. She felt like she was bothering them. It had been a long time since she had followed up with them, so she didn't feel really comfortable doing it. They just want you to give good customer service. So even if it's been a while, go ahead and reach out to them, even if it's an email, just a text message. Again, doesn't have to be Scentsy related, but you definitely want to follow up with Scentsy related things. If you see that their order has shipped, I know Scentsy sends them an email saying your order is shipped. You should follow up as well. Email them, text them, just, hey, so-and-so, noticed that your order shipped. Just wanted to let you know it should be there soon. Let me know if you have any questions when it arrives. When it arrives, follow up with them. Send a scent circle maybe, or just even a thank you note, something personalized that's handwritten and personalized from you to them to let them know that, you appreciate their business. There's a million consultants, literally. There's a million consultants, and they can purchase from anyone they want. It doesn't have to be you. They're going to continue to come to you because you're loyal to them and they're going to be loyal to you. If you go that extra step, they're going to stick with you. So following up is absolutely key. And, find out more about them, like we said with the surveys, if, their preferences and their lifestyles, they're working, use the Scentsy products to let them know how much you appreciate them and their loyalty to you. And give out your samples. Having drawers full of Scentsy does not do you any good if you're not getting the Scentsy to your customers. Vernon and I were just talking before we started recording, and she had said she sent out her monthly samples for January, and she already had 2 people contact her. Did you say order, Vernon? Did they order?
One order, and one said they were getting ready to, they were going to place an order.
So it's all a matter of getting it under their nose, and it does work. It really does. I did the same thing. I hadn't sent anything out to my customers in months, actually. And I finally sat down and sent something out, and it made my month back in November. So you have to get it under their nose. They have to smell it, whether it's a wax sample, a felt sample, a rub and sniff sticker, whatever, just you have to do it. Sitting in your drawer does not get you an order. It's not beneficial. So you're not doing them any justice, and you're not doing yourself any justice. So make sure you get those out. If even if it's just something that you printed out, I already moved it. So we always, the monthly movement group, always every month they put a PDF for a monthly flyer, and you can download it. And I typically try to share it in our group as well to make it easy. You can personalize it with your name, your phone number. Takes all of 5 minutes to slap that on there, or you can put a sticker on it with your contact information. Even if you just fold that up, it'll go into a number 10 envelope along with your sample for the month, your brochure, 1 stamp. That's all it takes. Just 1 stamp. Start there, start small. Do not overextend yourself. I'm so guilty of that. Don't overextend your budget That was my timer letting me know that I'm trying to stay within a certain amount of time. So don't overextend yourself. Don't go broke sending out samples, but just send something out, letting them know that you're thinking about them and that you are, something they can smell. The rub and smell stickers do not cost a lot of money. I think you can get like 72 of them. I want to say for $2 or $3. It's not that much. So get something under their noses, remind them of who you are, that you're here, that you want to help take care of them. Even if you don't want to print out the newsletters, do a handwritten thank you note and put a couple stickers on the envelope or inside. Any of that is helpful. The other thing, I had a couple other ideas, but we're going to work on sales all of January. So let me briefly say that. The plan is in January, we're going to work on the first step, which is sales. And it'll be every Tuesday night at 7:30. We'll do our table talk. Verna has agreed to help me, and she's going to take some of the weeks as well. And then in February, we will move on to the second step, which I think we agreed would be recruiting. Sponsoring recruiting, I believe is what we said would be the second.
Yes.
Yes. So we have all month, and I don't want to get into everything all at once. I want to try and keep these to at the very maximum 30 minutes, but preferably under 20. So I will save all of my other ideas for the next, for the rest of the month. But there was one thing that I absolutely wanted to say because it got me really excited. I was searching through blogs for tonight, and I don't know if you've heard of Crystal Morehouse. Have you heard of her, Verna? No. So she was the 11th consultant with Scentsy of all time. She's obviously a superstar director, and she was Scentsy's 11th consultant. And she did a very short blog. It's just like this one paragraph, I promise. But it hit me really hard because this is what she said. And this is an old blog post. I think it was from maybe 2015. She said, during the last 13 years with Scentsy, I have learned that having and writing down goals is so important to achieving the level of success you want. In my early years, I would make goals like sign up 2 recruits or sell 500 PRV every month, etc. But I found myself very discouraged when I would work really hard and not reach those goals. One day I was listening to a podcast about goal setting, and the author suggested we set goals that we don't have to depend on others to achieve. It was such a light bulb moment for me. So instead of setting a goal to sign up 2 recruits this month, my goal is now talk to 10 new people this month, or pass out 5 opportunity packets this month. Do you see the difference? Not dependent on someone else. Now I can achieve my goals no matter what and feel success every time I do. Setting goals with this philosophy is also easier to self-check your progress. At the end of the month, if you didn't achieve success, you can ask yourself why. Either change the goal or change how you are going to reach it the following month. Just remember to choose goals that you can control, and you will start to see your business flourish. So that really hit home to me because so much of growing is dependent upon others. I can't promote unless other people do their part. But what I can control is how many people I talked to this month about the Scentsy opportunity. So instead of saying I'm going to recruit 2 people this month, what I say is I'm going to talk to 10 people, 10 new people this month. I can definitely talk to 10 new people this month, but whether I recruit 2 new consultants this month isn't dependent upon me. I can talk to 2 new people, I can talk to 100 new people, but I'm still dependent upon them doing their part in order for me to reach that goal. So if that doesn't happen, then I feel discouraged and I feel like I failed and that I'm doing something wrong, when I'm really not. I'm just depending on someone else in order to achieve my goal, and I need to learn to depend on myself. So if my goal is to talk to 10 new people and I achieve that goal, then my business will flourish because, one, I'm continuing doing it and not giving up because I feel like I'm succeeding and I'm accomplishing something. And 2, who knows, I might get my 2 new recruits out of talking to those people. Maybe I do and maybe I don't, but regardless, I've talked to 10 people. So maybe, you know, a third of them become new customers even. I've still progressed in my business. Does that make sense? Does the difference there? It really hit me when I read that. I was like, it's just a mindset shift. You know, you're accomplishing the same things, but you're shifting your mindset to being successful. You're setting yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for failure, or to feel like you failed, so to speak. So that's my first week, I guess, for sales. I do have a list of other ideas and things that we should be doing that can increase sales and get us started on the right path with sales as the first step. And we'll continue with that next week, Tuesday at 7:30. And just briefly, the earring challenge starts this month. I've already ordered those. So that's the challenge. Don't forget, your challenge is to get active. Every person who gets active in January will get their earrings. I'll mail those out for February. So your challenge is to get active this month. It's a quick and easy challenge to get us started off in the right direction for the year. And that's really all I have for tonight. Any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me or to Verna. And yeah, we'll go from there, I guess. I'm not quite sure how to end, but keep doing your best. If you have any questions, just, oh, and remember, bring back my bar. Scentsy Club goes hand in hand with Bring Back My Bar, and I have some information to post on that in the group as well. So everybody have a great night, and I hope you guys rewatch this. I hope it's helpful, and we'll have more information as the month goes on. So thanks a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.